facilities. How will the local operating units be selected in the first place? Will other local operating units step in as a proxy or a surrogate if that market doesn't have an eligible candidate or no one wants to do it? These are not-for-profit. The governance is very clear on the public good of this identifier and not-for-profit position of any facilities manager. So, that may not attract necessarily a lot of different entities to provide these services. So, who's going to step in and manage that interaction and provide the service? The other point too that's different is, when you look at a large global entity, there's perhaps thousands of different entities or special purpose vehicles tied to a holding company that could span multiple local operating units. So who will have jurisdiction of aspects of that entity's hierarchy? Today, the CICI is very clear in terms of scope. The most prominent signatories to credit default and interest rate swaps. So we kind of know the parties who will be identified through the CICI and why they're being identified for disclosure to CFTC, as Peter mentions. So the scope is much more controlled. The eligible universe of entities, the location of those entities, the source of it through the trade information warehouse, and those kind of things. So, it's good learning experience, but not nearly as complex as the full LEI system will be.
Got it. And will this already come from an audience question, but I think it's pertinent to raise it at this point. Will all legal entities globally, regardless of size, be able to receive an LEI? That's the vision for this? Is that correct?
I can take that question.
Please do, Mark.
So the rollout of LEI is ultimately going to be driven by regulation. We feel that as regulators start to mandate the use of LEI for their reporting,